This is for Year 12 Specialist. It comes out of 2B, question number 22B. It's about linear dependence. If these three vectors are dependent, then there's a scalar k and l, which means that k times a plus l times b equals c. Linear dependence means that I can express two vectors by adding them together with some scalar multiplication to represent the other one. So they are dependent upon each other. So if there are values for k and l that satisfy this, then a, b and c are linearly dependent. If we can't find values of k and l, it means that they're not independent, they're actually independent vectors, and I can't express b and c by adding them together and multiplying by a scalar. Okay, so that's what the question's about. I've already started it. K times a gives me k times this plus l times b equals c. I've multiplied these out. I've put my I component, so 5k plus 8l equals 1. And the j components, k minus 2l equals negative 7. And my k component, so minus 4k plus l equals 6. So that gives me three equations with two unknowns. I should be able to solve them. I can choose any pair, and if they are dependent, I will get the same answers. If I choose different pairs and I get different answers, that means they're not dependent. It is impossible to find k and l because there's some independence happening between these particular vectors. So looking at my numbers here, I've got a 2l and I've got an l, so I'm going to multiply this one by by positive 2, and that will give me minus 8k plus 2l equals 12, and I'm going to add it to this one, k minus 2l equals negative 7, and that gives me minus 7k equals 5, therefore k equals negative 5 on 7. And if k equals negative 5 on 7, using this last one, l should equal 4k plus 6, which is 4 times minus 5 on 7 plus 6, which is minus 20 on 7 plus 42 on 7, which should be 22 on 7. Okay, so using equation 2 and equation 3, I got these two values for k and l. If these three vectors are dependent, then that will satisfy this equation. So 5 times minus 5 on 7 plus 8 times 22 on 7's got to equal 1. Minus 25 on 7 plus 8 times 22 on 7 does not equal 1. Since the right hand side doesn't equal the left hand side, for these values of k and l, no values of k and l exist, which means that these three vectors, a, b and c, are independent, not dependent vectors.